And we're on. So good morning and welcome to our chair yoga class. So finding your nice big stretch for the morning, maybe it's reaching your arms up or finding some twists or moving around. Maybe straightening your legs. Maybe finding a big X, extending your legs, extending your arms. And then bringing everything back down. And then we'll start to slide the shoulders from side to side, shifting your whole rib cage. And then back to center. And then let's work with our arms, pushing one forward, pulling the other palm back. So both palms are facing forward. And switching sides, press and pull. And press and pull back. Couple more times. So this is a little bit of a twist and a little bit of arm stretching. All right. And then maybe raising your arms high up to the ceiling, looking up at your fingertips, stretching out of your sit bones, out of your chair, reaching high. And then palms slowly lower down to your sides. And just shake it out a little bit. And let's start our class today with a little bit of a breathing exercise. So we're going to do the box breath. So the box breath has 4 counts of 4. So we basically inhale to a count of 4, hold the breath for a count of 4, exhale to a count of 4, hold the breath at the bottom for a count of 4, and then repeat. So inhale, hold, exhale, hold, and then repeat the cycle. So I'll count it for a round or 2, and then you can continue at your own pace with this breath. And we'll do it for a couple of minutes. So if you want, you can close your eyes, just get comfortable in your seat. Your shoulders are loose, maybe your hands are in your lap. And so we'll start our inhale. So inhale to 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. And inhale. Hold. Exhale. And hold. Continuing at your own pace, your own breathing for the next couple of minutes. So continuing your round, finishing your square breath. And as you move through the last exhale and hold, just moving back to your normal breathing. So breathing practices can sometimes feel easy and sometimes they can feel more difficult. So if you want to practice this box breath throughout the week, you can do it in the morning, you can add it to your meditation. A lot of times breathing and doing the counting like we just did will help you fall asleep better at night. And there's some other patterns that are for different things, and there's a specific sleep pattern. But I figured we would just start with the box breath for today, and we can always add different ones as we go along. And as you go through the different cycles, sometimes it's hard to hold your breath or it's hard to exhale or inhale to the certain counts. But you just go along with your breath pattern and do the best you can. If you have to go off the cycle for a couple of rounds to kind of get the oxygen levels back in your body appropriately for you so you're comfortable, you can always do that, or you can always just challenge yourself to keep going along with the cycle, because we have more than enough oxygen in our bodies and in our bloodstream that will sustain us. And usually the body will kick you out and suddenly need to breathe if you need to breathe. But just keep some of those ideas in mind. All right, so let's stretch our arms out wide and start a little bit of movement. So let's stretch our arms and flex the wrists in circles. And then maybe flexing the palms back, pulling the fingertips towards the head. And then pointing the fingertips, reaching a little bit further towards the walls, flexing that wrist back, palms open. Really make those fingertips as wide as you can. And then shake out your hands and then draw them up the center line, shaking your hands and drawing them out. So inhale up the center, exhale, shake them out the sides. A couple more times. And then let's slowly draw the hands up. And then slowly bring the palms down to the sides. So just notice that shift, smoothing out, coming up, exhale, coming down. One more time, inhale, backs of the hands together, reaching up. And exhale, sweeping down. Hands come together at your heart space. If you wish to set an intention for class today, maybe there's a word or phrase that comes to mind. And breathing 3 times into your hands, into your hearts. And then let's clasp our hands, palms down to the floor. We're going to move into our circle of joy. So you press your hands forward, tuck the chin, round the back. And then inhale, stretch your arms high overhead. And release the palms down your sides. Bring your hands back to clasp at your heart space. Arms parallel to the floor. Press out with your hands, tuck the chin, round the back. And then inhale, arms lift high. And release. release the hands down to the side. Let's do that one more time. Clasp the hands, arms parallel to the floor. Press the palms forward, round the back, gaze to the floor, to your lap. Round and stretch. And then inhale, lift your arms high. And exhale, hands down to your sides. Let's cross the right leg over the left. And we're going to take the left hand and bring the back of the hand to the knee, and we're going to twist. I'm going to twist over to my right. So if you want to use the back of the chair for a little bit of leverage, sitting up tall, twisting, holding and breathing here. And then coming back to center, both hands to the knee, sitting up tall. And we're just gonna slide both hands down, the knees down. Maybe you can grab your calves or grab your ankles, maybe resting your chin or your forehead on your knee. Just tucking your chin, rounding your back, taking 3 more breaths here. And then slowly bring your hands up the calves, back to the knee, sit up tall. And we'll switch sides. So untuck the knees, heel toe your feet a little bit, raising your knees. And then other side, I'm gonna bring my left knee to cross the back of my right hand to that outside of the knee and twisting over to the left. Again, I can keep my arms straight. I can also hold the back of my chair. Just giving myself a little bit of extra leverage here to twist to the left. Holding and breathing. And then slowly coming back to center, bringing your hands, sliding them down both of your knees, down your calves, holding your ankles, your feet or your calves, tucking your chin, rounding your back. Maybe your chin or forehead comes to your thigh or your knee. Maybe you're just still hanging out in the air, and that's okay too. Pausing and taking 3 more breaths. Feeling that stretch in your back, your stretch in your legs. And then slowly bring your hands back up your calves, back to your knees, sit up tall. We'll untuck the knees, lifting and lowering the heels and toes. All right, and then let's move into a little bit of a gate pose. So I'm gonna sit on the right side of my chair, and I'm gonna extend my right leg out to the side and start to bring my right hand down my thigh. So it might just rest on my thigh here, and that might be enough of a stretch. Or maybe I bring out the left arm and just notice the stretch in your neck. Notice where if the stretch is in your thigh or your seat or your arm. And holding here. And then maybe lowering down a little bit more as you stretch. You can start to angle down or just stay where you are. Your gaze can be at your bottom foot or facing forward towards the camera. And then let's slowly come back up. Bring your left hand to the chair. We're gonna grab the side of the chair and lift the right arm out. You can either keep it to the side or lift it straight up overhead up to the ceiling. So you can bring your gaze up to your fingertips or your gaze forward or down at the floor and really pressing into that right foot that's on the floor. So really feel that stretch in the right leg right now. And you're also pulling your arm out of your waist. So a great stretch, stretch a little bit more. And then we'll lower that hand down to the thigh and bring that leg forward. We'll sit in the middle, sit up nice and tall, relax your shoulders. Just notice the right side and notice the left side. And then let's shift over to the other side. So I'm going to sit on my right thigh, extend my left leg out to the side. And we'll start with bringing that hand down to the thigh. You can open maybe the right hand to the side, pressing both feet equally into the floor, opening your chest, and just breathing into this shape, noticing any sense of discomfort, and just breathing into it. You can stay here, or if you want, maybe move a couple more inches down with your hand to your knee or on your thigh. Again, pausing and breathing. If it's a little too much, just back out, no problem. And then slowly coming back to center. Let's bring that right hand holding the chair. Maybe press a little bit of weight into the palm on the chair. And then we'll reach the left arm. You can either bring it out to the side, really pressing that left foot down into the floor, feeling that stretch in the leg, maybe engaging all the muscles. And then you can either leave the arm here or slowly bring it up to the ceiling. So as you press into your foot, reach your fingertips up to the sky, feeling that nice long stretch in all the muscles, lifting out of your waist, out of your hip joint, creating more space here. Taking one more nice deep breath. And then lowering that hand down to the thigh, lifting the thigh, bringing the feet back to center. Sitting tall, breathing into that center channel, breathing in and up, breathing out and down. And now notice the right side and notice the left side. And then let's bring our hands together. We're going to make soft fists and stack them on top of each other. We're just going to make big circles with our hands. You're going to lean the chest forward and draw your torso back. So maybe you're going to lean back a little bit and then lean forward. So you can do this really small circles if you want. Just maybe a couple inches moving in the center, Or you can make them as big and wide as you want. Almost like you're stirring a really big pot of stew. So maybe 1 or 2 more circles in this direction. Really noticing how your rib cage and your shoulders are moving around. How maybe you're engaging your belly to help you with the movements. And then shifting directions, going the other way. Leaning forward, out to the sides, leaning back, out to the side, and forward. 1 or 2 more circles. And then when you're ready, coming back to center, let's switch the rotation of the fists. So switch one on top of the other. And now we're just gonna do these little tiny circles. So maybe you're shifting your weight from one sit bone to the other, but you're just noticing a gentle movement here. Your hands are loose, just a soft fist, and your shoulders are relaxed. All right, shifting and moving in the other direction. And coming back to center. And noticing what it feels like to be still now. From moving in all of those different circles. Maybe feeling the weight of the palms stacked, the fists stacked on top of each other. Maybe noticing your sit bones as they're sinking more into your chair. And maybe noticing your feet as they get heavy. And taking one more nice deep breath in and out. And then you can release the hands and just wiggle the fingers out. Just kind of like you're playing the piano back and forth. All right, let's move into our little tapping routine. So bringing your fingertips up to your cheekbones, grounding through your stomach meridian. And then coming down to your upper chest, tapping here, connecting to your kidneys, connecting to the life force and the vitality. Coming to the center, invigorating your thymus with new energy. And then bringing your hands to the side ribs, tapping your spleen, enhancing your immune system. And then holding your side ribs. Let's breathe 3 times in and out of the side ribs. And then slowly draw your hands down your waist and down off your thighs to your knees. Bring one hand to the shoulder, breathing in. On your exhale, drag your hand across the body, down to the hip, other side, hand to the top of the shoulder, deep breath in. Deep exhale out. Switch sides, hand to the shoulder, breathe in. And across and exhale. Inhale, hold the shoulder. Exhale, cross and down. And then maybe speeding up just a little bit, moving from crossing right to crossing left. Connecting both sides of the body. And then smoothing down both of your thighs with both of your hands. We're going to keep going all the way down. So hands smooth down your calves, maybe rounding forward. If you can reach your ankles and toes, just holding down here, taking 3 breaths in and out. And then reach your arms, lifting forward. So your arms are parallel to the floor, palms facing down, gaze to your toes. And then we're going to lift the arms high up to the ceiling and release the arms down to your sides. Let's bring the right foot on top of the knee. If you can't do that, you can always just cross your legs, one over your ankles, one over the other. But if you can cross your ankles to your knee, that's great. And then we're going to make our crisscross pattern. So this is my right ankle. I'm going to use my left hand to my right ankle, my right hand to the bottom of my right foot. So basically my arms are crossed a little bit. So we're going to sit up tall, inhale. And then exhale, just lean forward a little bit, feeling that stretch in the outer thigh. Inhale, reach up, pull on that foot just a little bit. Exhale, round forward. Moving at your own pace with your own breathing. 2 or 3 more rounds. And then coming up, sitting tall, we're going to lower that foot down to the floor. Heel toe the feet, lifting the knees, lowering them down. And then we'll switch sides. So again, you can cross left ankle over right and do the same thing, or you can cross your ankle over your knee, over your thigh. So this is my left foot. I'm going to take my right hand on top of the left ankle and my left hand on the bottom of the right foot, the left foot. All right, sit up tall. And then lean forward, rounding the back to exhale. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, lean forward. So taking 2 or 3 more rounds, breathing in and breathing out. And then as you're ready, sitting up tall, and then we'll lower that foot down to the floor, heel toeing your feet back and forth. And then we're going to bring all 5 fingers of both hands together, bringing your thumbs in between your eyebrows, relaxing the shoulders, and breathing here for about 30 seconds, allowing everything to come to the center, to be cleared and focused. And then drawing your fingertips to your forehead, pressing away, pressing into your forehead, dragging them across and behind your ears, and coming back to your forehead, pulling your hands apart, pulling it down behind your ears, down your neck. And then we're going to come all the way down the center line of the head. So you can dig in deep here with your fingernails, spreading the energies, clearing the muck, all of that heavy thinking we've been doing. Pulling all the way down your neck. If you want to do that one more time, coming back up to your forehead and down the back of the head. Down the neck, and then we'll hold both hands off the shoulders. Breathing in and out for 3 breaths. This is a nice calming point here that we're holding. And then pulling your hands forward to cross at the heart space, breathing in and out 3 times. And then pulling your hands down your belly to your hips and down and off your thighs. Let's rub the hands together, creating a little bit of heat here. And I'm just scooting forward on my chair just a little bit so I can lean forward and do some of the weaving. So let's first bring those heated hands up to our ears. Take a breath in and out. And then match the elbows. Cross the wrists. And then we're going to make a big sweep, pushing the palms out to the opposite side, to the sides from where we were. And then lean forward a little bit, crossing the arms, making big sweeps back and forth, lower down a little bit, and you're going to sweep back and forth all the way down to the floor. So continuing to cross, and then we'll slowly engage your belly, using your belly muscles to help you lift up, Continuing to sweep your arms back and forth, and we're going to do this all the way up to the ceiling. So just raising a couple inches, sweeping up, sweeping high, back and forth, and then slowly bringing your palms down to the sides. Bringing your hands to your thighs. Take a deep breath in and out. Bring your palms together, pressing fingertips. Take a breath in and out. And then we're going to separate heaven and earth. So stretching one hand to the ceiling, one hand to the floor, flexing both of your wrists, gaze to the top hand, stretch. And then look down to your bottom hand. And bring your hands back to center in the middle. Other side. Inhale, stretch arms apart, flex the hands, look to the ceiling. Look to the bottom hand. And exhale, hands back to the center. Let's do that a couple more times. And this time we're going to add the breath. So you're going to inhale, stretch, hold the breath, look up. Look down. And exhale, hands together. Other side. Inhale, stretch, look up, hold. Look down. Exhale, back to center. Let's do one more time each side. So inhale, stretch, hold the breath. Look down. And exhale, hands together. All right. Last side. So inhale, stretch, hold the breath. Look down. And then this time you can bring your hands, exhale, bring your hands together, and we're gonna lean forward, forward fold over the thighs. Maybe your hands come to your knees or your calves. And then you're gonna sweep your hands side to side. So sweeping hands to the right, to the left. And then we're gonna take the hands and roll this invisible ball towards us, rolling the ball all the way up the front body, reaching it overhead, sweeping hands high, and then releasing the hands down to the side. Let's bring the backs of the hands together, reaching up. Exhale, hands sweep around, palms back down. One more time, backs of the hands together, reaching up. And exhale, reaching down. From here, let's do a little bit more twisting. So we'll just twist over to the right so you can bring your opposite hand to your opposite knee. Maybe grab the side chair again, sit up tall. And bring your gaze over your heart space, looking to the side wall. And when you're ready, slowly come back to center. Twisting to the other side, hand to your knee, maybe hand to the back of your chair, sit up tall, relax the shoulders. And then release into your arms, coming back to the center. Let's bring the knees a little bit wider. And let me back up a little bit again so you can see a little bit better. So your legs and knees are a little wider here. And so we're going to press the hands on top of the knees and lean forward. So you're going to lean forward with your heart, and your spine is going to be straight. So my whole neck is in line with my spine. It's at about probably I don't know if that's a 45-degree angle maybe. Yeah, so you're just going to lean forward, and you can either stay here and really feel the length from the tailbone out the top of the head here, or you can drop one of the shoulders. So I'm going to drop my left shoulder and look to the right just a little bit. So just feeling the slight twist in the upper back, and then bring my gaze back to center. Drop my right shoulder to the center just a little bit, and maybe keep my gaze at about 30 degrees over to the left. Breathing into my belly. And then coming back through center, dropping the shoulders, feeling that length out the top of the head. And we'll do each side one more time. So dropping one shoulder to the center, shifting to the side, breathing. Coming back through center, gaze looks out. And dropping the other shoulder to the center and twisting slightly to the other side. And then slowly coming back to center. Feel that length in the spine, tuck the chin. Press into your palms and slowly press yourself back up to a seated position. And we'll come back evenly into the chair, maybe lean back a little bit. And we'll inhale the arms overhead and exhale hands down to the heart. Just softly shifting the hands side to side. Just feeling this calming and slightly rocking sensation moving into all of your cells. And back to center, rubbing your hands together. And if you have glasses on, maybe just put them on top of your head, or you can do this over your glasses if you want. But we'll rub the hands together, create a little bit of heat. And then bring your hands over your eyes, over your forehead. Maybe your thumbs are touching your temples. Finding a nice, very slow exhale. And then bringing your fingertips over to your temples, breathing in and out. And then bringing your hands, tucking them behind your ears, hanging off of the tops of your shoulders, breathing in and out here. And slowly bring your hands together, crossing at your heart space, breathing in and out here, feeling the rise and fall of your belly and chest. And then slowly drawing your hands down your belly, down to your thighs. Relaxing your hands, relaxing the body. And from here, we'll move into our resting pose. So if you want to dim your lights or just get comfortable in your meditation seat, go ahead and do that. Maybe leaning back in your chair, maybe just leaning with or sitting upright without the chair. And for the next 5 or so minutes, allowing the body to rest in stillness, allowing the breathing to fall in its natural in and out rhythm. Continuing to sink into your chair, relaxing your muscles, noticing what else you can let go of, knowing where else you can breathe a little bit more space into. So bringing your awareness back to your seat, maybe finding your hands and pressing them into your thighs, maybe stretching and rolling your ankles in circles. And if you're leaning on the back of your chair, maybe coming forward into a seated seat without any support. And we'll stretch the hands out at the sides. Finding our seated mountain pose, just opening our hands, opening to receiving. Notice what happens when you start to spread the upper collarbones and your hands start to sink towards the floor. And then let's inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, arms down to your sides. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale down. This time we'll inhale, arms overhead. Hands, palms touch. And slowly drawing your hands down the center line, down to your heart space. Coming back to your intention from the beginning of class and noticing how it sits with you now. And breathing 3 times into your hands, into your heart. Thank you all for joining me today. It's great to have all of your energy and all of your goodness. Namaste.